What's good, everyone? Welcome back to another video. If you don't know who I am, that means you're new here. I'm Mark. Go check out my other videos. You can keep watching this one, of course, but go check out the other ones too. All right, so this video's topic is going to be my opinion on whether or not you need, I have to put quotes around the word need there, whether you need training to own a firearm. And I don't mean legally. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not talking about a legal aspect here. All right. I'm talking about strictly from the sense of how everybody who is saying you must have training is going about it. Now we're hearing it from both sides, from the left, and we're actually hearing it from anti-gunners. Because I'm not going to get into this debate with people. About we're not going to get into that on this video at least. I might get into that on another video. But we got anti-gunners and pro-gunners, right? Something that they both have in common, all right? Or at least some pro-gunners are this way, all right? Or pro-2A. Because you can be pro-guns, not pro-2A. Let's talk about pro-2A, all right? Essentially, all right, people who are anti-gun, they will sit there and say, oh, it's not safe for civilians to own firearms. You need to have training. You need to be special forces. They really think you need to be the police, military, special forces, some crazy shit. You know what I mean? Just so you can own a firearm and use it to protect your home or even yourself while you're concealed carrying. It's absolutely ridiculous. You know what I mean? That by that logic, all right, let's sit here and we're going to use their logic because the people who are generally anti-gun are also, for some reason, anti-police. So let's just say this right now, right? They claim the police are just these horrible people. And look, I'm not saying there aren't bad police. I'm not saying that at all. I've seen bad cops. I've seen good cops. All right. My entire point that I'm getting at is that they sit there and swear that every cop is so corrupt and everything, but why do you want it to just be them in the military? Oh yeah, by the way, they also claim, which I'm not going to sit here and say too much because I know people who are very, pro Second Amendment who aren't the biggest fans of the military either, but I'm not going to get into that. All right. My entire point though is that with how much trash is thrown on them by the anti-gunners, it's very weird that they only want them to be, they want only them to have firearms. They want them only to be able to, do these things the right way. Oh well, you can't have guns because you didn't get training like people in the army did. The fuck does that have to do with it? What am I using a 40 millimeter grenade launcher? What's going on here? I'm sorry. Last I checked, there's a 9 millimeter handgun. What are y'all talking about? You know what I mean? So it's absolutely ridiculous. No matter how you want to sit there and justify it, it is ridiculous to suggest, hey, you need training. All right, just for the oh yeah, you won't know how to use it properly. You'll hurt someone else or yourself, or all the ways that the anti-gunners are essentially saying it. All right, because they want what they call common sense gun safety, right? Or gun safety, but it's just gun control, all right? So I'm not going to get into that either. I'm pretty sure I actually already got into that. But my entire point that I'm getting at here, because I know I do ramble a little bit, all right? That's just me because I like to relax when I'm doing these videos. You know what I mean? I like for y'all to see just the real uncut me chill and giving my thoughts about things. So, as I was getting at, all right, you hear the most hypocritical things coming from anti whatever, I don't care, anti gunners. You definitely need this training like how the military has it. You need like how the police has it. If not, you are just not safe. You could be a danger to everyone else, including yourself. And these are the same people who generally have never ever touched a gun. All right, and I'm gonna just say it right now: shooting your grandpa's 22 and his 410 shotgun when you were a little kid does not count. That does not count as, oh yeah, I have experience with guns. It does not. I don't care what anybody says. All right. If you have sat there when you were 5 or 6, which is generally what I hear I hear such a low age range like that, and they act like they just know everything about guns. You know, uh, essentially they'll sit there and say, "Oh, well, I know about guns. I don't see a reason why anybody who's not, military like my grandfather was, have guns." Because other people need to defend their fucking homes. Do you guys think criminals? Do you think criminals are gonna sit there and just, snoop around someone's house and be like, "Oh, yeah, they're a veteran. That's who we want. Yeah, go in there. We're gonna break in there. Not a veteran. Nope. Skip it. Skip it. Not worth it. Not worth it." Like, come on. Like, how fucking dumb is that? You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be a dick about it, but I also am in the sense that when y'all say stupid shit like that, it absolutely irritates the hell out of me. All right. And that's just simply the truth of the matter. All right. That's as far as the anti gunner side. Now let's talk about the pro Second Amendment side, where you still hear that phrase, "you need training," a lot. However, they don't say you need training to own a gun, all right, or you need training to carry a gun. Hold on. Essentially, what you'll hear from people who are pro Second Amendment as far as training goes. Now, if it's someone like me or Adam, because look, training is a great thing. All right, let me clarify this. All right, I earlier in the video I should have clarified, but training is great. Is it a 100% necessity? Like you need to do drills, you need to do no. All right, but I'll get into more what I mean a little bit later. I want to, get to what I was saying about the Pro 2A side of things, right? So essentially, right, you'll hear them say, "Oh, you need training," because they partially because they think you're not efficient enough with your firearm. One, two, they are dicks. Three, chances are there are people who are or were a cop or are or were some form of military. That was just really fucking awkward saying like that. So they generally are either current or former police or military. They're just the worst. They are the absolute fucking worst. All right. These are the people who sit there. "Oh, well, I know everything about guns because I went through basic training." They'll sit there, go through basic training, come back, talk about how there's some insanely high position. You guys look like dumbasses. But, all right, you need training to handle this gun. You don't know what you're doing. You're not efficient with. What the fuck are you talking about? What is different about my pistol than any other pistol in the fucking world that I don't know how to work it? Chamber is obviously fucking clear. Guys, I was solidly safe if you ask me. You know what I mean? Oh shit. That's solidly safe if you ask me. You know what I mean? And when you sit here and hear people argue, "Oh well, you need to be more efficient with your firearms. That's why you need to do training." Look, I'm all for efficiency. All right. However, don't let those people hype you up and essentially tell you, "Oh yeah, if you're not this exact way, if your draw time isn't 0.1 second, you're gonna die. You're gonna die. It's 100% guaranteed." That's not what the truth is. You know what I mean? It is very helpful to be more efficient. There's no doubt about that. So that's why I recommend even training. I don't sit there and push it down everyone's throats like how, well, it's the most important thing. No, the most important thing is, I'll get into that in a minute. But my whole point, all right, is yes, it is very helpful to be more efficient with your firearm. 100% true. All right. However, if you don't have the time or money to consistently train, it's not going to be the end of the world. Like, for example, if someone breaks into your home, right? You wake up in the middle of the night, you grab your firearm, load one in the chamber, you're going to go out there and you're going to present yourself to the threat with a gun ready to shoot. That's just all it is to it. And I hate to break this to everybody. All right, the people who are saying, "Oh, you're not going to be efficient enough with your weapon," tend to forget that under high stress situations, unless you've been in thousands of them, all right, maybe not thousands, that's probably an over exaggeration, but if you've been in a lot of high stress situations, all right, yeah, you might get some level of use to it, all right, but for people who are just trying to get guns to defend themselves or their homes, it doesn't matter really how much training you do, in my opinion. You're in a very high stress situation, you're probably going to forget it. All right, you're probably going to revert back to your lowest level of training, which it sucks, but it's true. You know what I mean? That's why I don't recommend, spending all your time and money training. Definitely train; it's important. All right. However, another thing people tend to not talk about is that the prices of ammo is going up, which makes training a bit more expensive. It sucks. It's true. All right. Um, am I a fan of dry fire training? Yeah, it's solid when like when you're just at home chilling, you know what I mean, watching some YouTube videos, maybe you're watching the podcast, maybe you're watching my channel or Adams, you know? It's just something to do, you know what I mean? Always double check no matter what. But see, that would have been a light strike. That's what I was see, y'all will get it. uh I feel though the most important thing, when it comes to owning a firearm and being able to use it properly to defend yourself, is simply just this, right? Let's take the G2C, for example, because it's the gun I've been playing with, it's the closest one to me right now, right? I think the most important rules of training are not training, but like, just, I guess you can call it uniform training, but it's not training like doing drills. All the training you need, no, this, in my opinion, you actually do need, all right, is simply this. How does a firearm work? There's a few parts of it, but how does a firearm work? Okay, strike a fire pistol, cool. That means, magazine, throw it in there, rack, rack the slide, all right? Aim, I'm gonna double check just because I like safety. Aim, shoot. You see what I mean? When it runs out, drop the mag, put a new mag in, rack the slide back because it's going to lock back. You're back in action. You know what I mean? Very easy to use. All right. Because you don't need to teach somebody how to pull a trigger unless they're so damn slow with it. But hopefully, y'all aren't that slow. All right. Uh, to know the condition of your firearm, which is a main part of safety as well. Like, for example, I could have not double checked when I showed the example of, presenting, firing, whatever, right? Because I knew there wasn't one in the chamber already, but keep a habit of doing that. Safety is all that matters. Safety, knowing the actual firearm safety as well. Shit, I just set that down like a dumbass when I still needed it. All right, knowing the actual firearm safeties as well. Knowing what they do. If y'all know the G2C, the safety is engaged, trigger, disabled, can't rack the slide back, none of that. If you want to keep one in the head, with the safety on, go ahead. Just remember that you have to take the safety off before you can use it. Or remember to keep it away if you have kids because they might be able to knock the safety off and then it's, ready to fire. Other than that, that's about it. You know what I mean? As long as you just know how your firearm functions, the safeties of the firearm, that's really all you need to know. Oh, I'm sorry. No. One more thing. All right. And you know how to aim. I can teach all this for free. All right. Ready? Double check. I'm going to move over here too so that way y'all don't turn into safety Nazis. See the two dots right there? When you have these two right here on the rear sides, over here at the fronts. Ready? They're lined up. That's what you're aiming at. Bam. Just gave y'all free tips, free training right here. All right, this is why y'all should subscribe to me. You know what I mean? But that concludes my thoughts on whether you really need training to own or properly use a firearm to defend yourself or your family. It's It would be helpful, yes, but do you need it? No. However, the things you do need as far as training goes are just knowing how your firearm works, knowing how to aim, and knowing the safety operations of it. That's about it. You know what I mean? If y'all think I have missed anything, as far as basic shit you would need to know, for example, because some people don't buy a bunch of guns. They're not into collecting. They're not anything like that. They buy one, use it for home defense or concealed carry, and that's it. You know what I mean? So I do want to, make that clear. I'm not saying training is bad. All right. But if y'all have any comments other than what I've said, go ahead and make sure to comment them below, of course. Something I haven't said yet for the video, I'm sure y'all are waiting for it at this point. Like, comment, subscribe, share, hit that bell. When you hit that bell, hit all. All right. When you hit all, you might as well just say, damn, I've watched so many of his videos at this point because I know a lot of y'all are seeing me more than once. All right. I've watched so many videos at this point. I might as well go check out his homie Adam's channel. I might as well go check out the podcast channel. Of course, go ahead and check out Centerfire Podcast. I'm going to sit there and, of course, tag them below in the description like I always do. Other than that, y'all stay safe, stay legal, stay dangerous. Have a good one. Peace.